The Nintendo Switch 2 has recently been released, and so far it's generally been getting received as quite the excellent gaming system. And as an owner of the OG Switch, I'm definitely getting a slight case of FOMO seeing people drive around on walls in their fancy new Mario Kart game. But at the end of the day, should I, and anyone else for that matter, including you, the person watching this video, be all that worried about missing out on this new console? No, not for a moment. The very device 57.3% of people are watching this video on is already more than enough to fulfill any and all of your handheld gaming needs. I'm convinced that mobile gaming is way more enjoyable than Nintendo's efforts, and here are the 6 reasons why. The Nintendo Switch 2, according to my mathematics, has only around 3 exclusive games for it at the moment, which is understandable as it's brand new. And with much of the Switch 1 library being compatible with Switch 2, it means that the console already has a decent chunk of content to kick things off. But even assuming that every single one of the approximately 12,000 Switch games are compatible with the Switch 2, that amount still pales in comparison to the amount of incredible titles exclusive only to mobile devices, like the ones you see on screen right now. These kinds of innovative experiences would never appear on a Nintendo platform. Plus, according to estimates, there are nearly 250,000 games available right now on the Google Play Store alone. And that's not even including App Store exclusives or the glorious archive of delisted games that you can still download through a sketchy website of your choice. What this means is that the funky little brick of a screen that everyone already owns 10 times over is home to a practically endless number of must-play titles you can't find anywhere else. And especially not on any Nintendo device, such as Subway Surfers Tag and Flying Gorilla. Why even bother with this new overpriced toy for children if all the best games are only on Apple Arcade anyways? One of the primary complaints being thrown at the Switch 2 is how ridiculously expensive the games, accessories and the console itself are. And if you take into account today's economic landscape, $80 American for a dumb little kart racer is a big ask if you ask me. But do you know which game from the Mario Kart series is actually affordable by everybody? Why, Mario Kart Tour exclusive to mobile phones, of course. Not only is MKT practically indistinguishable from its latest console counterpart, both games have Mario Kart in the name after all, the mobile entry in this world-renowned racing franchise is absolutely free. Now that is an unbeatable deal that in hindsight makes Mario Kart World look like just a foolish cash grab. But Mario Kart isn't the only offender, as the upcoming installment in the ape-focused platformer series called Donkey Kong Bonanza is planned to cost a whopping $70. Who in the right mind thought that was a good idea? No thanks. I think I'd rather enjoy optimized ports of console games we already know are good for just 30% of their original price, or even for free as part of a $30 a year Google Play Pass subscription, which by the way is not only cheaper than Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, but also a far better value. I feel like I'm definitely going to get several complaints in the comments section if I don't address the issue of microtransactions in mobile games. And while I can agree it's a problem, I actually think that IAPs are a good thing for the gaming industry, as they allow us to enjoy the greatest games without spending anything. How fun is that? Nintendo could never be this generous. The Switch 1 was notorious for its so-called stick drift issues, and while it's a bit early to determine whether this will be a problem on the Switch 2 Joy-Cons, they do seem to have an analog stick mechanism that's nearly identical to their predecessor, which doesn't really seem to be a great sign. On the contrary, I can state with full confidence that stick drift will never be a problem on your smartphone. In fact, as long as you can keep your screen intact with a simple screen protector, your phone will be able to provide you with enough entertainment to last you for the rest of your life. However, if you tend to game after using your fingers to spread butter on a breakfast sandwich, then there are still all kinds of snazzy controllers that you can use instead, some of which are even exclusive to phones only, like this PuK One bundle that gives your phone far better ergonomics, control and precision, especially in action games or shooters. Be sure to use my affiliate link or code MGN at checkout to get 10% off your PuK Gaming order, or the M-Con that attaches to the back of your phone and gives it an authentic console-like feel and makes the Switch 2 absolutely useless. Nintendo loves to brag about the Switch 2 being a portable hybrid system. And sure, it's certainly a hybrid, which isn't exactly an impressive feat as I can plug my phone into a monitor and get the exact same experience. And sure, the Switch 2 is portable, if your definition of portable also includes needs a fancy carrying case so it doesn't get destroyed in your backpack. Meanwhile, I can just toss my phone into my pocket and it's gonna do absolutely fine without the need for any special equipment. So next time someone calls the Switch 2 portable, get them to solve this simple riddle. But but does it fit in your pocket? The answer is most likely a resounding no, which in turn means I'm less likely to carry it around, which means I'm less likely to play it, which means I'm not really taking advantage of it being portable, which means it being portable is completely meaningless. So much for the slogan, anytime, anywhere, am I right? People expected the UI of the Switch 2 to finally be a breath of fresh air from the eerie corporate dystopia of the previous console, but unfortunately that is not the case and we're once again stuck with this bland, soulless joke of an interface. Thankfully though, on your mobile phone this is not a problem in the slightest, as basically every aspect of the UI is fully customizable, unless you own an Apple device, and in that case, go fuck! But even that is unnecessary, as with the fittingly named console launcher app, you're able to recreate that poor excuse of a UI on your phone if you want to be miserable, or instead create a way better one with a custom visual design, background music, game icons and etc. with just a little bit of creativity, something Nintendo desperately lacks these days. The Nintendo Switch 2 has a few new innovative features. Sorry, one more time. The Nintendo Switch 2 has a few new innovative features that Nintendo is trying to shove down the throats of our vulnerable youth. So let's go over each one to determine whether they are anything to write home about, or if it's all just more pointless gimmicks that Nintendo is infamous for, like motion controls on the Wii. First off, we've got the Joy-Con mouse mode. Each Joy-Con can be used just like a computer mouse for more precision in shooters, for instance, which by the way, if you want some real precision in shooters, then you should go pick up some PuK Gaming gear. Use my affiliate link or code MGN for 10% or for a unique control scheme in games like DragX Drive. But who the hell wants to play DragX Drive anyway? But to stick to the main point, do you know why this feature is completely useless? Because you can just use a real computer mouse on your phone. Now, do many games actually support this? Not really. But does it work? It absolutely does, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Next, we've got the microphone. It was absent from the Switch 1, it's making its grand return on the Switch 2, and mobile phones have had microphones ever since their inception, so nobody cares. Next up is the camera accessory, and I mean, do I even need to say anything? Yes, mobile phones have cameras, let's move on. Next is the brand new game chat feature that allows you to chat with your friends directly on the Switch 2, stream the game to them, and show them your face all at the same time. This is truly a game changer for all gamers all around the world, and there isn't anything else on this planet that can recreate this experience. Except for the Mobile Games Network Discord server, of course, please join it. So I mean, if the Switch 2 doesn't have a single unique thing about it, why bother? So there you have it, the 6 reasons why the Switch 2 pales in comparison to mobile gaming. If you aren't just a Nintendo fanboy sheep and instead agree with the points I've made, check out this video to see how you can basically turn your phone into a much better Nintendo Switch. Otherwise, if you want to explain to me how the Switch 2 is actually better, then join my Discord server. And have a wonderful day.